Okay, listen up, everybody. I'm going to play a part of the chorus. This is what it's supposed to sound like. All right, you got it? Now let's take it, starting at the same spot, top of page 4. Mildred, give us 4 beats before we come in.
Blessed Savior, Holy Child, we at your mercy bow.
Doesn't quite sound like the recording.
You can say that again.
I'll tell you what, we'll pick up here again tomorrow. And since tomorrow is Saturday, let's meet here at 10 in the morning. Thank you all for coming. Maudie over here has been nice enough to provide us some water for those of you who want some.
Thank you, Maudie.
You are so welcome. And if y'all need restrooms, they're through that door, down the hall, and on your right.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Maudie.
What?
Maudie, what in the tarnation is going on here?
It is our church choir practice.
Choir practice. That's what they call that.
Let me hear you.
Howdy, Jasper, Fred.
Hey, Doug.
I sure want to thank you, Maudie, for letting us use the lobby of your bed and breakfast for our choir practices. Since the church burned down last week, everybody's been worried about where we're going to meet.
Oh, don't you mention it, Doug. I didn't want our Christmas program to be canceled just because we don't have a church building. Of course, I don't know where you're going to perform it when you do get it ready. Sure is a tragedy.
It is. I think everybody's still in shock. It's just hard to believe it really happened.
I know it. It's like one of those things you hear about on the radio, but you never dream it'll happen to you. Have they figured out what started the fire yet?
Not that I know of. Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Do they know how the fire at the church started?
Nope. The fire marshal over at Atkins County, he's still investigating. I think he's figuring it's lightning, but he's going to take probably another week or two to really get down to the real answer.
Could they salvage anything?
It was a total loss. What the fire didn't destroy, the water from the fire department did. It even destroyed the parsonage.
Oh, no, not the parsonage. I didn't know that. Well, where's the preacher going to stay? He's going to be here soon.
Yeah, supposed to arrive tonight. Poor fella. He doesn't even know he doesn't have a church to preach in or a roof over his head.
He doesn't know about the fire yet? Well, you're the chairman of the deacons, Doug. Why haven't you told him?
Because they left a week ago, he and his family, to travel out here, and we haven't been able to get a hold of him.
Well, I wouldn't blame him if he got right back in his car and went right back to where he came from. Where are they going to stay? And doesn't he have young children?
Yep, they do, but they're going to stay here. Maudie's letting them stay here for now.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, Maudie. Thank you.
Oh, well, it's at times like this that we gotta be there for each other, right? Besides, when God gave me this bed and breakfast years ago, I promised him that I would use it for him in any way that I could. And you know, I just couldn't think of another place for that poor little family to go.
Hey, Maudie, there's that hotel on down by the highway.
Jasper McCauley, shame on you. You know that's a flea bag motel.
Hey, I got friends in that hotel. And besides, listen, these church families, they ought to offer up their houses and let them come in there. You know, they're always preaching about hospitality.
We already thought about that. And we decided that They're a young family and they need some space. Jasper, it's Christmas. Show some compassion. And if you can't, maybe you better keep your mouth filled with coffee.
I think that means hush up.
I think I need some coffee.
Jasper's just afraid he'll find religion if they stay around here.
That's true.
Hey, I am not afraid of no preacher. So I just don't want all those little kids running around here. I'm just thinking about Maudie. That's all.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, don't you bother. I'm kind of excited about having children run around the place, especially at Christmas time. Might just cheer the place up a little.
She might want some young ones hanging around here for a change instead of the old stuffed shirts sitting around playing chess and checkers.
Hey, don't you have someplace to go?
Well, lucky for you, I do. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I gotta go too.
Good riddance.
See you later.
Good night. See you in the morning.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Bye, Marty.
Have a good night. Well, clean up this place.
Hey, maybe the new preacher will help us with our Christmas music and program, you think?
Well, maybe. I hear he's pretty talented that way.
Poor guy. He's sure coming into a mess.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you, Maudie.
All right, Doug. Good night.
Good night. Oh, and when the preacher does get in, tell him I'll be by in the morning to pick him up and show him around town, will you?
Sure thing.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Doug.
Good night, Jasper.
Maudie,
What?
do you have to let them practice here? When they get cranking up, they just sound like a hound dog chasing a jackrabbit.
But I'm the only one in town that has a room big enough to fit everybody and that has a piano. Why should it bother you anyway? All you guys do is play checkers all day.
Hey, I'll have you know it takes great concentration to do this.
Oh, I forgot. Listen, I gotta take this out to the kitchen. So while I'm gone, will y'all watch the desk for me?
Sure thing, Maudie.
Thank you.
You gonna move?
Next year, I think, would be best. Well, just ring the bell there. She'll come running.
Thanks.
All right. Today.
Good evening. Can I help you folks?
Yes, ma'am. We're looking for Maud Stevenson.
Well, I'm Maudie. You must be our new preacher.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Daniel McFarland. And this is my wife, Janet.
Hello.
And these are my children, Michael and Karen.
Oh, it is such a pleasure to meet you all. We've been so excited about y'all coming. Go ahead and put your coats up on the rack there, and we'll get you checked in and settled. Sorry, you just missed the chairman of our deacons. He just left just a few minutes ago. We'll have you stay here for the night. So if you just check in.
Thank you.
Well, hi there.
Hi.
Just what are you doing?
Just watching. You can jump him right there.
I don't remember asking you.
Just thought you might want to win.
I can win without you, thank you very much.
Well, when are you gonna do it?
All right, I'll do it now. There, you happy? Look at what you made me do.
King me.
Oh.
Thank you.
You missed some. You could have double jumped him and got a king.
Well, that's because you were hovering. I cannot concentrate when people are hovering over me.
You aren't bothering these men, are you?
They're hovering.
No, Mama. Mikey was just helping this man play checkers because he's not good at all.
I was doing fine until you two came along.
I'm so sorry.
They weren't hurting a thing, ma'am. I'm Fred Rawls, and this here old grouch is Jasper McCauley.
Well, I'm Janet McFarland,
Ma'am.
and Mrs. Karen, and Michael, and that's my husband, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel. Well, I sure am sorry to hear about the church and the parsonage, ma'am.
Excuse me?
Did something happen to the church?
I hadn't gotten around to telling them yet, Fred.
I'm sorry, Maudie.
They were gonna have to find out sooner or later.
Find out why.
Why don't I have you all come over here and sit down? I have some things I've got to tell you.
Well, look at the time. Well, I can get going, so see you later, Maudie.
Yeah, this game is all ruined anyway.
Good night.
So I'll help you out there,
Thanks,
Fred.
Well, there's no easy way to tell you this, so I'm just going to have to say it. Last Tuesday night, our church building caught on fire and burned to the ground.
Oh, my goodness. Was anyone hurt?
No, praise the Lord, no one was, but remember the parsonage you were supposed to move into when you got here? Well, no one noticed that when the church was burning, the hot embers were falling onto the roof of the parsonage, and it burned too.
Oh, boy.
I'm so sorry to have to tell you like this the minute you walk in the door, but the deacons wanted to tell you when it happened, but couldn't get a hold of you while you were traveling.
Yeah, well, we weren't sure when we'd have another vacation, so we took our time getting out here. We even stopped to visit family along the way. So tell me, how's the church taking all this?
Well, you know, this sort of thing always seems to hit harder at Christmas, but they're trying to be strong. Of course, right now we're a bunch of lost sheep. Last Sunday for the services, we didn't know where to go, where to meet, so the deacons just canceled them.
Oh, that's not good.
I know.
Well, what about the buildings? They had insurance, didn't they?
Oh, yes, but you know how that is. It could take weeks, maybe even months before that's all sorted out and we could rebuild. But listen, I do not want you to worry. You can stay here at the bed and breakfast for as long as you want, and I'll provide all your meals.
Are you sure?
That's awfully kind of you, Miss Stevenson.
Oh, don't mention it. You know, I'd love to have the company. Jasper and Fred are my only regulars, and you saw what that's like. You see, they come every day and sit at that table and play chess and checkers because they're retired and think they have nothing better to do, and then they drink my free coffee. I don't really mind, but you know, I've got your supper cooking on the stove, so I'm going to go check on it and give you some time. I'm sure there's a lot you want to talk about.
Thank you.
But hey, children, have you ever stayed at a bed and breakfast before?
No.
Well, if it's all right with your mother and father, I'll take you on a grand tour.
Can we, Mom?
Go ahead, but don't touch anything and stay together.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on, I just happen to have some homemade chocolate chip cookies right out of the oven.
Well, that's something.
Daniel, I can't believe this. What are we going to do?
I guess their Pastor Goodwin retired just in time. We're gonna do what God called us to do. Only this time, I guess, we'll add rebuilding to the list.
But we have a U-Haul full of furniture out there and no place to put it. It's Christmas time and we're homeless.
Just like Mary and Joseph were. I'm sorry. I know this is hard. Maybe we can rent for a while the rebuilding's going on. But maybe it's a good idea to stay here until the kids get adjusted and we get to know the area a little bit. After all, Maud seems like a nice lady.
Yes, she does. but now I just wish we had waited to come out here after Christmas.
But if we had waited, there might not have been anybody left to minister to. People get so discouraged at times like this, and sometimes they either go somewhere else or they quit going altogether.
I hate it when you're right. But it's Christmas time, and nothing around here feels like home.
I know. But God has a reason. He wants us here for something. Besides, maybe you can help decorate. You never did like the orange carpet in the church sanctuary.
Yes, and that parsonage needed a lot of work.
Tell you what, let's go find the kids and get the luggage.
Okay.